Hello, and welcome back to Xpwaste, where I'm forced to do this against my will and have no intention of actually doing this intro. Hi, I'm Scape. How was that?
That's great. And I am Michael. If you're new around here, welcome to Xpwaste. We are a RuneScape, old school RuneScape Center podcast. We'll talk about the news, talk about game updates. We'll have fun guests on the show. If you're not new around here, welcome back. I've received word that Oxie should be back very soon. So this might be the last week that you're hearing a guest. But we saved the best for last. I've got with me Mr. ScapeCaution. Scape, how are you?
Good, mate. Thanks for having me. It's been a long
Yeah.
time. It's been probably over
It's been
a year,
about
I
a
think.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
nice
the
to be
last
back.
time that Oxie went gallivanting around Europe, we had you on.
Yeah. Seems to be a theme here.
Yeah. And now you're back. Well, it's good to have you. What you been up to, man?
Well, as you know, I very heavily went for max. Reached it after a long year of grinding. I just got into that headset that, I was going to get this done this year. And I think it was right up until the run to Christmas. We were counting the days down, thinking we're just going to miss New Year. We're just going to get it in this year.
Yeah.
I think I maxed the week before Christmas.
What? Yeah, it was in December, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like really close to Christmas. So I have spent the many months after recovering from that grind.
7 months later, and you're still recovering.
Still finding my feet. Yeah, that was a long grind. For anybody out there that plans to max, do it slowly.
Yeah, I mean, you can either there really is two options. Either you just no life do it, or it takes you 5 years, like it has for me.
Yeah.
So, there's really only two ways. Last time you were on the podcast, had you decided to try and max at that point? I think you had.
Yeah, I had. I don't know when the switchover really was, but I sort of looked at my account and thought, I'm quite enjoying seeing these little numbers go up. You know how it is. I want to see how far I can take this. So I start grinding for your base 90s, your base, 92s, getting up there, realizing I'm only halfway, absolutely devastated. And then seeing those 99s is just addictive, man. So I just absolutely sent it for the last year. But yeah.
Yeah, because I can remember it was like 20, I think it was in 2020, because you maxed in 2021.
I did.
It was in 2020. We kind of had both decided to go for it. And then you're like, I'm going to max by the summer of 2021. I remember you saying that. So I think you started in like January or February.
Yeah.
And you had plans to max in the summer, but then I feel like work kind of just got in the way. But it was probably just more daunting than you had originally had decided or originally had thought.
Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of skills took a bit longer than I thought, considering with how much mobile I play.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't reach XP rates for certain things, because I didn't have access to a computer. So construction, for example, like even though it's still really, really quick, like that takes a lot longer on mobile because you don't have all the F keys, you don't have the the key binds, which make it a lot easier.
Were you actually doing like in the house construction on mobile?
Tables, yep. And I was getting really good XP rates doing it too.
Oh my gosh. All those left clicks.
No, I activated one tap right click.
Oh, I meant right click, but yeah. One tap right click. Okay, that's not bad.
Once you get into a rhythm, it's okay. You do lose XP per hour, of course, but it's still better than Mahogany Homes. I mean, I like Mahogany Homes. I think it's really good content.
Yeah,
but it's a lot faster, and I think I'd just planned to get that year done with.
I'm still on that grind, man. And okay, so I have a goal. I have like a year left on my membership for this account. I bought a whole year just to have it, and I need to check how many days I have left. But I was thinking about it today. I'm like, I should make it my goal to max before my membership runs out.
That's a good.
I don't know what I would do if I don't max by the time I'm obviously going to re-up the membership, but Actually, let me log out and just check the days. Because
Yeah.
I'm actually curious.
How far from max are you now? Let's have a look.
167 hours, I think. Efficient hours, that is.
Yeah, yeah, you better have a fair few days left.
I have 229 days left.
Oh yeah, you can easily do that. You know you're in the end game, but you don't have the traditional skills left, do you?
Basically, just agility, slayer, and then the fast ones would be thieving, which will honestly, thieving is probably going to take a week. I imagine I only need like 6 million XP. It's not going to take that long.
No.
And then Hunter will probably take me. If I played a lot, Hunter will probably take me like 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, Hunter was nice.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I don't mind Herbivore. Even on mobile, I like Herbivore. It's great content, and I feel like the mix up between being able to do Herbivore and then going to do chins, whether you do black chins in the wilderness or do the red chins, there's a lot of variety. You can do it super fast. You can do it with Herbivore and make money. So I'm excited for Hunter. That's why I haven't really touched it in a long time. Like I think when I got 90 was the last time that we did a Hunter skill of the week.
Yeah.
And haven't touched it. And the last time I touched thieving was the last thieving skill of the week that we did too. So
wow.
those could have been 99 by now, but I didn't want to leave my account with just the painful ones left because I fear that I'll end up burning out.
Yeah.
Like hardcore. Yeah.
Yeah, I did leave the painful ones last, but they weren't as painful as I thought they would be because everybody says, you know, your agility, your mining, and your rune crafting are the slowest and the horriblest skills, but I sweated mining.
Yeah, you did.
We did a lot of volcanic mine together, like as a clan, which is great. I think I wasn't the only person to get 99 mining. Immortal was very quickly after.
Yep.
You know, a lot of us got very high mining. Kyle had a really high mining level. I think even Darkside maybe did as well. He did a lot. Shadow.
We all kind of followed each other at that point.
Yeah,
you know? We were all training the skills in tandem.
Yeah, it was like a dominoes effect. You know, one person starts and then that's it. We all jumped on it. But
yeah,
when I wasn't doing that, I was 3-tick granite on mobile at work.
Crazy. Of all the mining methods, I never touched granite.
That was my most fun.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested to go back once I hit max. Because one of my goals is to hit at least 15 or 20 mil in every skill. I think I'll start with 15 mil because it's only like 1.5, 2 mil from 99. So I think I'll go to 15 mil. And I'm interested to do all these methods that I have access to now. So like we have Guardians of the Rift. I don't have to do a ton of slow Zaya rune crafting. I could probably even do the True Blood altar and make some money trying to get 15 million rune crafting XP, but I'm excited to try my hand at some of these faster methods like 3-tick granite, or you know, just drop a bunch of money into darts and see how fast I can get 2 million XP for fletching.
Yeah, that's gonna be a quick one.
Funny enough, there's some skills that I'm already close to 20 million in. So like, I only need 200k crafting.
Oh, that'd be nice.
300k in farming, and I'm like already 20 mil in both of those. Which is kind of crazy, but
yeah, I never really found myself wanting to gain ranks, but the further from like the longer I am maxed, the more I'm looking at my account thinking, well, what do I do next? You know, my biggest goal was to get my mutagen, which I eventually did get after 4,000 kills. Which was
so many.
Yeah, that was painful. But I did it really quickly as well, so I did like 2,000 kills within like, I don't know, 5 weeks, something like that, 4 or 5 weeks.
Oh wow.
So I was doing quite a lot of Zora, but after that was such a big goal that I had to do that I did. I wasn't really sure where I wanted to go. And the more I look at skills, the more I'm thinking, well, if I just get a couple of million XP here and there, you know, I'll gain some ranks, and I've got a feeling that's going to be the way. I do miss skilling.
Yeah. Because you also want to pet hunt too, right?
Yeah.
You got some of the pets along the way. Did you get the mining pet? I can't remember.
I did, yeah. I got it literally like, I think it was 12,800,000 XP. So I was like a couple hundred K
so
away from
close.
yeah. And I got it. I was like, oh, thank you. I was like, I really didn't want to come back and do that. Because although I did enjoy it, it was hard.
Yeah. The ones that I missed were mining and fishing.
Yeah.
And wood cutting. I didn't get any of those pets.
I got the beaver relatively early, actually. I was doing it at Blisterwoods.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got the beaver at like 74, I think.
Damn.
Yeah, it was like a 1 in 280k chance or something like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's insane.
Yeah. That's probably why I'm still paying for that right now.
Right. So you mentioned Immortal, you mentioned Kyle earlier. We had a recording that we did last November or last December where you were on, but the recording didn't go as planned.
No.
We've since remedied all of that stuff, but that was like one of the episodes we weren't able to actually release. And so I wanted to kind of go into some of the backstory of TNL. We kind of went into it in that episode.
Yeah.
And nobody got to hear it. So a lot of you guys who are listeners have joined our Discord. We talk about Discord all the time. And it's an interesting thing that you're part of the Xpwaste podcast community, but it really isn't. It's Team No Life. It's TNL. We talk about TNL all the time. If you've been listening to us from the start, Oxie and I talk about TNL all the time. You'll hear the words TNL a lot. I just said it a lot just now. And so Scape here is formerly known as ScapeCaution. It's your in-game name, but nickname Scape.
Yep.
So Scape is actually the founder of TNL. And yeah, I just kind of want to go into that backstory. I don't know where you want to start. If you want to start from like before you met me or whenever I joined.
I want to start from the OSRS content team days. So that's where it really started.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I had just started playing because I realized with my new job, I was allowed to play on mobile at work while I was working. So I was immediately like hype, I'm playing that. So re-downloaded RuneScape, logged into my account. I think I had like base 30s. I was like, all my like Tears of Gothic skills were like 1. So like room crafting was 1, hunter was 1. I never did anything skill wise.
Mm-hmm.
And this was 3.5 years ago. Yeah.
So 2019.
Yes,
probably?
it was. Yeah, it was, 'cause it's when I started my new job here. And I was trying to level my account and try to find people to play with, because I'd never played like with anybody other than my cousin. So I decided to check on Instagram and find all the accounts that people use on there, because there's a big social like RuneScape gathering of people using the game accounts, I guess, on Instagram.
Uh-huh.
And lo and behold, I found the same group of people posting all their content on there from the game. So drops, they were doing like giveaways, and I think the first person I saw was Plush.
Okay.
And Plush was somebody that brought a lot of us all together into a Discord group called the OSRS content team, which Michael was already in, as well as Immortal, So Close, Link was there. Oxie wasn't there. Oxie came later.
Yeah.
Damo, Defexed.
Interestingly enough, Damo was there,
Yeah,
but
Damo's an OG.
he wasn't a content creator. I think
No.
it was just because he had an Instagram.
Spartan. Spartan was there.
Spartan was there, yep.
Mm-hmm. There's quite a
All
few
the
of
old
us.
classic names.
That's right. And I basically was brought in by Plush to like, because I wanted to start streaming, and you guys were giving me tips and help. And
Yeah.
I started watching you stream, actually. Like, the few times I did, and Immortal as well. I used to watch him a lot, because he played really similar music to what I liked. So
Yeah.
I used to have him on the background while I like worked. But everybody knows, like, when we became friends and I was like adding you in game, because I was working, people would expect me to reply to them.
Yeah.
Not in Twitch chat, but in game chat.
Oh, right.
So like you
right.
talk on the stream directly to me, and then I'd like, because I'd be playing on my phone, I'd like respond to you.
You still do that to this day.
It's like a really, really like common thing that everybody knows that's what I do. So yeah, from there, it was a case of that was purely for like content, like streaming, and we didn't really have a place where we posted everything. Like, this Discord is so organized. You know, we've got drops, we've got different channels, we've got all sorts in here.
Yeah.
We didn't have that. It was just about content creation. So this Discord for me used to be called Rune Noobs. And it was a Discord which had 5 people in it. Me, my cousin, and then somebody I worked with that played RuneScape. And we literally just used this for calls, like while we were playing games.
Okay.
So I think you and Amor were the first people to come over to this server and like use it as well.
Yeah.
From there, it just grew and grew and grew. Like, we met more people, didn't we?
We did.
Brought a lot more people on.
I don't remember. Did you change it to Team No Life?
I did
right away.
I did that. No, I didn't, because the 24-hour stream is really where it like took a big change, didn't it?
Yes.
So
I haven't gotten to that point yet,
yeah,
but
we're not quite there yet.
So whenever we started, yeah, like you said, there was only a couple people. And everybody who streamed, I don't think Immortal did, but I know I did. I know you did. Eventually Oxie did. We all linked this Discord whenever we were streaming rather than like a personal one.
Yeah.
I know I definitely made that switch of I'm streaming RuneScape and I want people to be here rather than my Discord. Because I have a personal one.
Mm-hmm.
There's like 25 people. They're really just like close friends and family. And it got to the point where I'm like, I want people to hang out in TNL if they're here for RuneScape.
Yeah.
And at that point, I guess it wasn't really TNL, but yeah, there was.
I don't know what the name was.
Was it not Rune Noobs?
It was originally. I don't know whether or not I changed it by then. I kind of feel like we've only had 2 names, so.
Yeah, I think it was still Rune Noobs.
Yeah.
But I think before the 24-hour stream, it had changed to TNL with the
Reaper and the white background.
The Reaper logo. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, I made
the
that.
word escaped me.
I was very proud of that.
Yeah,
I think
dude,
I was looking
it's
at
classic.
I think I was looking at tattoos actually. I was like, what would I have tattooed? And I was looking at Grim Reapers because I really like the silhouette. And then I saw it and thought that actually would make a good logo.
So I don't know if I've ever asked you this,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if we got into it in the last episode that we recorded, but what's the idea behind Team No Life? Because it's stuck now.
The name.
Yeah, like how did you come up with it?
I think it come from Mr. No Sleep. Like that's where the like, what's the word? That's kind of where I took it from, I guess, because he has Team No Sleep as his like, his friends that he plays with. He calls them Team No Sleep.
Yeah.
And a very popular term in RuneScape is no lifing. Like we've had it.
Yep.
Like literally, I think Mima said it like earlier in the booth chat.
He did.
Yeah, literally said it earlier. Like no lifing's like it's a popular thing to say. And I thought, well, I'm no life in this game. Absolutely. Like that's exactly what I'm doing. So that's exactly what we're calling this. And I guess we were, a team.
Yeah.
Trying to build the Discord up.
So interesting.
Yeah.
Because that was like, now, if we had started Discord now, there would be like this whole big committee. All the mods would get together. We would have names. We'd have like people try and vote on a name. But back then, there's like 10 people in the Discord. Scape's gonna pick a name. It's stuck.
Yeah, it was kind of my Discord then, though, wasn't it? Like it wasn't until we all
very
come
much
together and like properly like made it ours.
I can remember around the time of your 24-hour stream.
Mm-hmm.
It was you were like the main head mod. You were the founder, and then I was the only other moderator.
Yes, you were.
Because we only needed 2. Me and you we were doing fine at that point.
Yeah, it was when I was looking and thinking, there's a few people here now. It's probably kind of selfish for me just to make all the decisions and just expect it to fly. So that's when I thought I should probably bring somebody else in and we'll chat about it. And that's where the mod chat came from.
Yep.
And you were the first.
You guys don't see that one, but it's our where we converse as mods in the Discord.
That's where the magic happens.
And then after the first bingo, so we had a bingo in fall.
Yeah.
So just months after the 24-hour stream, We keep referencing the
We should
24-hour
probably
stream.
cover
Did you
the
want to go into that?
24-hour
Okay. Let's go into that.
So that come from Instagram again. So like I was massive on like social media for RuneScape. Like I used to, because I could play at work, I used to listen a lot to like RuneScape videos. And I'd never known that people made RuneScape videos on YouTube until like 3.5 years ago. So I had all this content like undiscovered to me and a lot of time on my hands. So I've always got Bluetooth headphones in at work, so I was listening to videos and watching Tanzu and Virtuoso and Eevescape and Mudkip and yeah, Lincoln Rog even sometimes. And
the classics.
yeah, and started watching streaming, like more than just, my friends streaming. So I started watching Boaty, Odablock, everybody. I would just watch whoever was on, I would watch it. And then I get this great idea in my head. Maybe I could give that a go. How long for? I don't know. Let's book a 24-hour stream. I've only been streaming about 2 months. That'll be fine. I can do 24 hours. So I get together with the Macmillan, which are a charity group for people with cancer, and they do a gaming like fundraiser. So you basically game for 24 hours. All the proceeds that you make during those 24 hours go straight to Macmillan, which I wanted to do. I wasn't even affiliate on Twitch.
Right.
I was just, that wasn't anything. I literally just created an account and decided I wanted to stream, so nobody could sub, like nobody could like donate to me directly. So it was all completely 100% for charity. Like everything, there was a link on there, people were donating. But because I was so big on social media, I really, really, really wanted to get some big names in there. So if you remember rightly, I was messaging people on Twitter. I was like, say, "Oh, hey, solo mission, you fancy coming up?" Jumping in a voice call with me on Discord. Obviously, like no reply. I was like, "Oh, settled. You wouldn't mind just doing a Barrows run with me on stream, would you? Like, it'd be really like 2 minutes of your day." Yeah, definitely no reply. And then eventually, I did get a reply from two of the coolest people I've ever met on here. And that was Eevescape and Wild Mudkip, who had definitely conversed with each other, saying, "Have you had this message from this random guy on Twitter?" And I think it was Evie actually decided, or Jake as we should call him, because that's what he asked me to call him. It felt weird using him on a first name basis. But he decided that, they were going to do it. So they jumped on stream with us, didn't they, for a small amount of time.
So cool. It was really cool. I remember I was on vacation. I was visiting my wife's sister, and we were like hanging out. It was like middle of the day for me, and I remember telling my wife, I'm like, between the hours of this time and this time, I am going to be on Discord because that's when Mudkip and Eevescape were going to be on there.
Yeah.
So it was really cool.
That was a challenge, me versus Fez.
Yeah.
Because Fez is like somebody I grew up with who used to play. And for those of you who don't know Fez, which is probably most of you, he is wildly inappropriate.
Yeah. It's accurate.
Absolutely 100% offensive in every way you could possibly think.
Accurate.
But I've known this guy for like 27 years. He's a really, really, really close friend. And he played a lot of RuneScape with us. But we did a challenge. He was
kind of like your co-streamer, huh?
Yeah, he was. He was there for a lot of it. And he decided he wanted to do a challenge with me where we would money make for an hour. And with the money at the end of it, we would get a champion, being Eevescape or Mudkip. I got Eevescape and he got Mudkip. And we had to gear them up with the money that we made over the hour. And then they had to fight in the jewel arena. And whoever lost got a forfeit. So he turns up. I'm thinking, right, I want to go do the gauntlet. I can do that. I know he can't do the gauntlet because he's not really done much PVM. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to make so much money. And then the stream nerve saying, hands were like this. I'm trying to, my F keys weren't set up because I didn't use F keys back then. So I was literally I was so poor. I used to do LMS without F keys. And
that's insane.
Actually used to get the odd kill. I was very bad. But I think I managed to do a total of like 300k in an hour, if that.
Yeah.
He had the best idea. Because we started off with nothing in inventory from scratch, money making, and we just got a rune hatchet and a rune pickaxe,
Okay.
like Lincoln Rogue style. So what does he do? He goes straight to the G, he sells it and starts flipping. Makes like 800k on it. It's absolutely like no PVM experience whatsoever.
Just sat there flipping.
Just sat flipping.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So Evie Skate rocked up in full Addy with the rune crossbow.
There you go.
Really bad switches with mage as well, which is a really bad idea, by the way. You don't tribrid when you've only got 100 and like 300k.
Yeah.
And then there's Mudkip with a Verax helm, like full rag range gear, and just absolutely tore. He just tore him apart. Just absolutely tore Evie apart. So the forfeit was we had to number our rooms in our house, and then we had to roll a dice and delete whichever rooms. I lost my chapel, of course.
Oh, okay.
And Evie Scape did it as well, but I think he lost his kitchen.
Okay. Whew, that could have been bad. Yeah. That really could have been bad.
It was good fun, really good fun.
Does it make you want to do that again at any point?
100%. I'd definitely do it again. It was great. It was just very tiring, as you can imagine.
Yeah, of course.
I ate a lot of food. That was needed.
Because you did this after work, if I'm not mistaken. Like,
no.
You went to work. Oh, okay. I can't remember how you did it.
I was up for the day, but it wasn't. I didn't go to work, so like I woke up at like 8 a.m. that morning, and then I think we started streaming late,
like 6 or 7, right?
Time. Yeah.
Like
after dinner.
So you were actually up for well over 24 hours. It was like 30 something hours.
Yeah, it was like 32 by the time it was finished. Literally, I went downstairs. Anna had made me a 3-course meal. I absolutely demolished that and had a bath and then passed out for like 11 hours. It was great.
I think I learned from your mistake because I did a 24-hour stream kind of shortly after yours. You did yours in like July, August. I did mine in November. And I remember you telling me, like, mate, don't do it after you've already been up. Yeah. So for mine, I started the stream at 6 a.m. I actually got up at like 5:30 a.m. So I had only been up for like 30 minutes. So by the time I was done, I was actually awake for 24 hours and I was able to go right to bed.
Yeah, good plan.
Word to the people out there. If you're going to do a 24-hour stream, plan to wake up like 30 minutes before you start.
Yeah.
That being said, there is a lot of prep you need to get done, so do that like the night before. Take a nap during that day.
We didn't even go into why the 24-hour stream was important to the Discord.
Yeah. So okay, let's do it.
Well, we needed a place for Evie and Mudkip to join in a voice call with us. Obviously, this was like the place we were most active, so we decided this would be where we would do it. I think at the time we were looking at the name, thinking that looks a little bit tacky. We should probably clean it up a little bit, and I think that sparked the change to Team No Life.
Yeah.
My Discord account wasn't ScapeCaution at the time.
It wasn't. No,
it was Never Wanted to Dance.
I do remember that, and that was your in-game name too.
Yeah, it was before ScapeCaution. It was Never Wanted to Dance, but it was like NVR WNTD D3 NC3 or something like that.
Just a bunch of vowels taken out.
yeah, it's MSI. Yeah, it was the MS after the MSI song, and I think the changeover for that was literally it didn't look right. Having Rune Noobs is the Discord name, and then we're trying to get people to come here. And it's like, well, we just look really bad. I mean, we are bad, but we tried to smarten it up a little bit, so we did. But Mudkip hosted me for like 500 plus people. Like, he raided me during the stream, like instantly made me an affiliate, basically. Like, so I made affiliate halfway through the stream, if you remember. I got the email.
Yeah, you did.
But
you didn't want to like stop the stream to activate it. So.
No, I waited until after. I wanted it to be 100% just about the charity. Like, I wasn't bothered about getting subs or anything. I was just having fun. And then after that, we kept quite a few people. I know our good friend Mr. Too Fast Kills, he was scrolling down the main page of RuneScape, and I was on the first page because it had just been like raided by that many people.
Yeah.
So he clicked on me, and he's been here ever since. He's been here for years. He's,
I did not know that.
Yeah, he's one of our highest ranked members as a Tizcal.
I remember he came from the stream, but I didn't know that it was that, like, the events of him joining your stream, like, is very specific. Because what are the odds that he would have joined your stream had you been on, like, the bottom, you know?
Probably not. I don't think anybody would.
Yeah, it was probably one of those days where he's just like, I want to just put somebody on who I think is interesting, and he's not going to scroll all the way to the bottom.
No.
Now, having charity stream in your name does help people to join to see what's going on.
Yeah.
But, oh my gosh, I didn't know that it was like that specific that he saw you because Mudkip. What if Mudkip had never raided you? I don't think we would have 2 fast kills in the clan.
I don't think we'd
That's crazy.
I don't think we'd have had this clan until, you guys invented the podcast. I don't think it would have flown as it has. But from there, we just started gaining members. Like, people were joining. People wanted to be in the Discord that Evie and Mudkip were currently in. Because I can remember people kept joining the voice chat.
Yeah.
And I'm like, kick,
get out of here.
Kick, mute. And
you can listen, but you can't talk.
Yeah. And yeah, we gained quite a lot of popularity through that. I know Link at the time, she was quite a popular streamer for somebody that wasn't very well known. Like, she always did really well during her streams, and she always brought people here because she was a big part of the clan too.
Yep. And that's how we met Oxie.
Yeah, it is.
It's through Link.
Well, Oxie was one of her mods, so I started talking to him through Twitch chat, and then all of a sudden, I see this face with Oxie M17 on Twitch, and it's Oxie, and I thought, oh shit, he streams too. I had no idea. So I joined and was like, you stream too? And he's like, yeah, I do. He's wearing his trademark Elton John glasses, which I love.
Yeah.
Those yellow ones. And he was just having the time of his life, trying to kill Zora and get his fire cape.
He was one of the people that joined the VC for whenever Mudkip and Evie were there. And then he kind of just stuck around. Didn't he won a giveaway too? We've talked about that on the podcast before. He won another forfeit, wasn't it?
Yeah. So
or did you have a goal?
We did another challenge, me and Fez, and I had to put a load of random items in my inventory, and then because I lost, and then somebody from the Twitch chat got to pick which one they would want. But I covered it up, and then I mixed it up. They had the same number. I think in there I had a BCP as the highest item, and then the lowest item there was I don't know, a stack of 1,000 thread or something like that. And Oxie comes in and says, oh shit, yeah, I won, cool, 13. Of course, it's the fucking BCP, straight away, it's the BCP. So he still has that BCP to this day. That is the BCP that I gave him. He's tried giving it me back many times, but I won't accept it.
It's been 2 years. The man's never given up the BCP.
Nope. He also has my Torok hammers.
Really?
Yeah.
From the stream?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Because you guys did a Barrows challenge, or did you just do Barrows during the stream?
We did a lot of Barrows. I think we did do a Barrows challenge. I think it was whoever made the Barrows over the hour. We did loads of little mini challenges, raids. They were good.
I remember we went to God Wars. And we actually got a Sarah hilt during the stream too.
Yeah, we did.
Man, good times.
I still haven't had an ACB or a hilt from Sarah in 1,000
you're
KC.
Thousands of KC, right? Yeah,
I have 1,000.
Insane.
Yeah, no hilt, no ACB. Got the pet though.
Some would argue that that's somewhat better.
You can't
buy the pet.
You also can't sell the pet.
You can't buy the pet either.
I can't convert it into other gear. I'd rather do that.
No. Listen, dude, money comes easy in this game. Pets, You can't, there's no consistent, I'm going to make this many pets per hour. So I would much rather have a pet than any drop at a boss, to be honest. Unless it's a silly one. Actually, there's really not that many silly ones. I would take any pet that I could get. I wonder, so we're doing monkey agility right now while we're recording. I wonder if you can get the pet while you're doing this. I imagine you
guessed.
can.
Do
It would just go in your inventory.
Do you have your Bloodhound with you right now?
I have it in my inventory, but you can't put a follower down if you're holding a Gree. Oh, you can. Oh, but he can't go over the obstacles.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But they teleport to you anyway, right?
No, so I just tried to jump the little rope swing,
Mm-hmm.
and it put it back in my inventory. It says your little friend can't make it over the obstacle.
Oh, I would probably say that the pet would go to your inventory then.
Okay.
That's
good to know.
I do already have the squirrel though. I have the acorn as well from the Spolker.
The acorn squirrel, yeah.
Yeah, I have the
Crazy.
squirrel.
That's another one I'm hoping to get. I mean, I have no expectations for any sort of skilling pets along the way, but if I can get them, I'll get them. I've gotten 2 Rockies and 2 Rift Guardians. I think maybe my pet luck has run out. Hopefully it hasn't, but maybe it has. So after the 24-hour stream, we've steadily grown as a clan. There was a lot of changes. I mean, you guys are probably wondering why you're not joining an Xpwaste Discord. So we actually had that discussion a lot. Me and Oxie, whenever we made the podcast, we had the podcast already for probably like 6 to 8 months before we decided, hey, let's make a Discord or let's talk about Discord. And we talked to Scape a lot because at that point it was just me, Oxie, and Scape. We were the 3 kind of heads of TNL. I was getting into that a little bit before, like when we did our first bingo. Right after that, me and Scape decided we needed a second mod besides me, a third mod really, and Oxie had helped a ton for that bingo. Like he made the board, he helped work on the rules. He was kind of an admin type role for that bingo. So we decided, hey, we would like to invite him to the mod group. And we actually rolled with 3 total mods for a long time until we added TMD, Too Much Dad, and Damien. So Oxie and I kind of big parts of this clan. And the decision came down to what would happen to TNL if we made an Xpwaste Discord. Would we still want to hang out here? Would we still want this to be our main Discord? And the overall sentiment was like, yes, we would love to have an Xpwaste Discord, but neither of us really wanted to like split our time between trying to stay active in 2 different servers. And there was already a ton of people who had found out that we had a clan and that we had a Discord. There's a bunch of people already here from the Xpwaste community. We're like, why don't we just funnel everybody into TNL and grow this community alongside all the people that have been here before and just add to it. And so that's why whenever you join our Discord, it's technically not the official Xpwaste community, but we are a big part of TNL. So you become part of TNL. And that's why the in-game clan is also called TNL and not Xpwaste.
I think it's been received really well, actually. Like, people have integrated a lot better than what we thought. Because at first we thought people would literally just want to be here for Xpwaste and want that branding and that name. But people just come straight in and just flow through. Like,
yeah,
everybody in this recording booth chat for a start. Like, everybody's part of the clan in game. Like, and the integral members of the clan. Like, we all know who they are. We all chat and talk to each other and stuff like that. We've all gone through different like events because that's a big thing. Like, skill of the weeks, bingos, all sorts. Like, they're big things that we look forward to as a clan. And most of that is populated with XP wasters.
Yeah.
But
I think we're at like close to 700 or 800 in the Discord.
Yeah.
A lot of people from Xpwaste. And then we're almost up to 400. Well, we're at 410.
Wow.
In the in-game clan. So
see, I remember when clans were first like announced and we all had to message Modaiza. And I was talking to him on Discord trying to get approval to have TNL like saved for us. Because that's what clans were doing. And he wouldn't allow it us because we didn't have enough people in the clan.
Oh. And now look at us.
Yeah, and now we're absolutely booming. Like, so that shows how
Yep.
quick that is, because the clan system isn't that old. It's still quite.
It's like a year old.
Yeah.
I think at this point it came out in April of last year.
Yeah, so
April or May.
in a year, you guys have just absolutely flew in here.
The max you can have in an in-game clan is 500 or
Wow.
410. Yeah. So we're gonna have to start like asking people to have their alt accounts leave,
Yeah.
just so that we can keep those numbers to where we can still accept new members. But
I'll have a TNL too.
we need a TNL too. One of us will be like a guest. You know,
Yeah,
we'll be a guest in TNL too.
We could call it
So we can
2NL.
still chat with people.
2NL.
Team 2 life.
Uh,
That's great. That's great. So your max now, goals are kind of all over the place.
Yeah,
Maybe you'll do skilling.
to say the least.
Maybe you'll do boss hunting. Maybe you'll do pet hunting. Like, can you still play at work? Like, because I know that you
Yes.
switched to day shift.
Yes, I have. What I've found is there's a stark difference between day shifters and night shifters.
Mhm.
So the main difference is night shifters are a lot more relaxed.
Mm.
Like, in general, they're a lot more chill. They're just happy just to, sit by the machine, the radio's on, they're playing on the phone, just getting on with it. The day shifters have a habit of coming and talking to you all the time. And it's very, very distracting. So, like, trying to do something super engaging, like Nex or Nightmare or Gauntlet on your phone is difficult enough.
Yeah.
But then to have people trying to talk to you and that need your attention during work while you're doing it is like, it wouldn't work. Like, you wouldn't be able to do it. And so the only things I can really do tend to be like low intensity things. So, I mean, Zulrah on mobile isn't particularly considered low intensity, but it's doable.
Yeah. Because the runs are quick.
Yeah, the runs are quick, like 2 minutes, and then I can like, right, is anybody coming? No, all right, just quickly get another 2 minutes.
Send another one.
Just get another, yeah. I've had to teleport out of quite a few kills. I started a Bandos run the other day, solo Bandos, on mobile, and I just got in to the room, just spec'd Bandos, like Grado, and then somebody came to talk to me, and I had to teleport out. I was like, oh, no.
Damn.
That was a wasted teleport on my little pommel thing. Oh,
Yeah.
So
what do these conversations consist of? Is it like work stuff?
yeah,
Or is it just people like, hey, how's your day going?
bit of both. Like, we have a lot of people that come past and like need tooling, or like, just things that I have on my machine that they need on theirs for that particular job. Not getting into specifics because that's very boring. Nobody wants to hear what I do. But yeah, basically they'll want like something that I have for their job. So
Gotcha.
they'll come and ask for it, and then I have to get up and go get it for them, and then, it's
I see.
so inconsiderate. I'm just trying to play RuneScape here, man,
Yeah, I would probably tell people like, hey man, give me 5 minutes. I got you.
I've done that. I've totally done that. I've just been like, yeah, just one more kill. And they're like, what? Would you be? Nothing. Just go away.
Nothing. Just, I'm literally at Hunliff. You can wait a second.
I think I got my cape from the Cryptic Gauntlet while I was at work.
Dude, you're
From the
a
phone.
mobile gamer. You're a mobile gamer.
Oh yeah, I've done nearly every boss in the game on mobile. I think the hardest by far is definitely Vasani's Nightmare.
For sure. We have very few people in TNL that can pull that off. I know Leo Nasty, he's one of the guys that has actually completed. Yeah, he's a mobile gamer, but he got a laptop recently, so
yeah.
I don't know how much he's playing on mobile anymore these days.
Well, the hardest part wasn't actually doing the kill, because like I'd got the KC, I knew how to kill Vasani's Nightmare. That wasn't the issue. It was the fact that my phone couldn't handle it.
Oh.
So even though I had like a new iPhone, it wasn't powerful enough to handle everything that was going on the screen. So
Gosh.
I lowered the frame rate to 20 frames per second to kill
Oh my
Sonic.
gosh.
It was like Minecraft. Honestly, it was like Minecraft trying to kill it. And it was horrendous. Like, you'd click, and then like 5 minutes later, your character would be like, oh, I've got to run over there now. So it was just,
That's got to be difficult because I know that
Yeah.
the little shadow spirits things come out and grab you, and that you need like quick reaction times for that. So
yeah, you
I
need a lot
cannot
of like
imagine.
preemptive clicking. You
Mm-hmm.
need to have like a rough idea, like when and where to click, and it has to be like
Yeah.
split second. It took me a lot of tries to get my first mobile kill.
And then at that point, you don't have the tablet yet because you got to get it from Fazani's, the sleepy tablet. So
Oh,
that the walk of shame.
I was so dry for that as well. I didn't get the tablet till like 180 kills.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's just the same story, bro. It's so sad.
Hey, but you have it now.
Yeah,
So
I think it's a running joke, like that whatever I go for within the game, I go stupidly dry.
mhm.
The
I
mutagen
mean,
went dry.
the mutagen, you were kind of on rate for it though, right?
No,
Isn't it
I'm
like
dry.
1 in 3,000?
Yeah, and I got it at 4,000.
Okay.
It's 1,000
It's not
kills.
terribly dry.
If you do 16,000 Zulra kills and you get 17,000, then get the pet, you know,
Mhm.
17,000 and isn't that much more than 16,000, and then you've got to get another 1,000 kills. That's double your kills you've already
That's
got. You know,
true.
so it's
Yeah,
I think it's
that's true.
perspective. It's perspective for sure. 1,000 kills takes a long time.
Yeah, because it's like 2 minutes per kill, so 2,000 minutes.
Yeah,
So-
about a minute and a half.
a lot.
I'd say
Okay, yeah.
on average.
Still a lot. Okay. I won't downplay it. That's a lot of kills.
Yeah, it was.
It took at least another couple weeks to get those 1,000.
Yeah, yeah. I fell asleep quite a few times.
Oh, dang. Because, yeah, that's when you were on night shift, right?
Yeah, so it was like, so sick of seeing that snake.
Because every kill after the one that you're supposed to get it on, you have this little glimmer of hope that it's just going to pop up.
Yeah, you see the number tick up to the drop rate, and you think it's coming, it's good. It's not. No, it's not going to happen. You just you go right past it.
I have that every single time I do a farm run.
Yeah,
I'm nearly 20 million XP with no tangle root, and every single time I do a farm run, I'm like, this is the tree. This is the one. I'm gonna see it.
you know what the problem
Gonna
is?
see the pet. What's that?
We haven't asked TMD for permission. He's got all
Oh
the
my
tangle
gosh.
roots.
Yeah. Speaking of TMD getting tangle roots, the man got on his group Iron Man, our group. He got the tangle roots stupidly low. I want to say like at
4 mil.
60 or 70.
4
okay,
mil
so
XP.
4. Oh, it was 4 mil. Okay, so then today, right before we start recording, he gets another one, a second one, and didn't even notice. Like we have a little group chat in Discord, and I messaged. I was like, I hear you got another pet. He's like, wait, what? I was like, yeah, Scape said that you got a second tangle root, and he said, bro, WTF? He didn't even know. Didn't even know. So
Yeah, because he already had the
within,
tangle
like,
root with him, right? Like his
within
existing one.
100k XP, it's insane.
Yeah.
And I'm over here struggling for 20 million XP total. Now the pet didn't come out, like I wasn't at 0 XP when the pet came out. I think I was already like at least in the 70s by the time they released the tangle root. So you can say that it wasn't necessarily all 20 million, but it's still pretty dry. So I totally understand.
Yeah, well, my Chaos LEKC really understands that.
You went like 800 or 900 kills, right?
Oh yeah, it was like 3 times the drop rate. I think I'm ranked 230 in the game for Chaos LE now.
Oh my gosh.
You think I'm kidding? Hang on, let me check.
It's insane. I laugh, but it is actually kind of annoying.
Oh, massively. To be fair, I actually quite enjoyed that one. I just didn't make any money.
Right. How many D picks?
Only one, so I was pretty unlucky. Yeah,
One D pick.
I'm currently ranked 238 in the game for Chaos LE with 1,129 KC.
Yeah, because you've gone back obviously for bingos and stuff.
Yeah, and I've only had one pet. Like
in 1,100 KC.
Yeah, one.
At this point now, you kind of should just go for ranks. Like, see if you can hit top 100. I don't know what the KC is for that, but
if I got 2,000, I think I'd be in the top like 30. Honestly, like it's that low.
Yeah, maybe you should go for it.
The fast kills too, honestly, is very doable.
You don't see too many PKers out in like the higher total level worlds either. I was at, we did a wilderness bingo, or was it?
Yeah.
Was it the? Yeah. I know we did a wilderness bingo, but I know that I was trying to grind out the Chaos LE pet, I'm wondering if it was for the Trailblazer bingo that we did. You know, the Dragon
Maybe.
Cup? It had a
Yeah.
pet tile on it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got like 100 KC and I only saw like one PKer. Crazy part is I got 2 dragon picks within 100 KC.
Yeah, that's good.
And I was like, I would have taken a pet at this point. Because they were like 3 or 4 mil at the time, so it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I think, me and Oxie used to go, Oxie used to go bot busting in the worldie quite a lot.
Mm.
And then a couple of times I joined him and we decided that we'd like go and try and rag PK. We were so bad.
Mm-hmm.
I think literally gold farmers used to like fight us off. We'd be that bad.
That's how bad you are.
Yeah. And we went to Chaos Alley quite a lot, and we saw this guy, and he had less KC than what I do now, but he was still like within the top 1,000. And we looked him up, and we were like, "Oh, dude, this guy comes here a lot. Like, we can take him." Yeah. Let's team up. And he just ran us in circles around the castle, logs out, goes to the other side of the wall, and then logs back in just to taunt us from the other side. He's like, "Oh, hey girls, how's it going?"
Oh my gosh.
No, dude, no.
You're not going to live after that one.
So we just left him alone. We're like, GG, you win.
That's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wanted to get your perspective if you don't mind. So the month of July, it wasn't really planned this way. A little backstory. I had Lise on, my wife, 2 weeks ago. And then I had Dills on last week. And now I've got you. And every time I've had a conversation, we've kind of got into talking about life. So with my wife, we had, you know, what it's like to be married to a gamer, how to navigate life as a married couple, whatever partnership. And with Dills, we kind of talked about parenthood. And you work a lot, but you also get to play at work.
Yeah.
But I know that recently you really haven't had the motivation. No. And then when you get home, there's been, you know, a little bit of burnout. So I kind of want to get your perspective on, we've talked about married life. We talked about parenthood. Now I just want to dive into like what life is for a working gamer. Because I know that you're married, you're also a parent. And if you want to chime in on those, we can definitely get into that. But like, I know that a lot of your time is spent at work because you would do like 12-hour days every single day, right?
Oh yeah, I work like well over 60 hours a week, every week.
Mm-hmm.
And I have done that for like 4 years nearly.
Yeah.
But I mean, for me, I'm very, very, very lucky to say that I enjoy my job. I enjoy being at my company. You know, I think they really look after you, and it's a very small family like business. So my manager, the day I started, I was walking around the workshop and looking around, and people were playing on the phones, and they were just chilling. They had like really nice chairs next to the machines, and I'm thinking, this seems pretty chill. Like, I've never worked at a place that wasn't like, you know, diligent with, oh, you can't be on your phone, you can't talk to anybody, you can't have any music playing. Like, that's what I was used to. Big companies, you know. And he just went, yeah, I don't care what you do. Like, you know, you can play on your phone if you like, that's fine. Just make sure the machine's running and you're doing your job. I thought, well, I respect that. That's fair enough. And for me, I spend so much time at work. As long as I'm doing what I'm doing, I can play, which is great. But it also means that you're getting a lot of screen time.
Yeah.
Which allowed me to max. But when you're playing so much at work, it does become mature. So you need a goal to like keep you motivated. So for me, that was maxing. You know, I think the actual turning point where I said, right, I'm going to max, it was a very quick process because we absolutely sweated out skills. Like, all the sweaty skills I could learn. But also being on mobile, I had to learn everything on mobile. Like, I couldn't just take my PC and like set Discord up and have like a big social experience at work. You know, like killing Nightmare in a group, doing co-op. So like, I'm a big liability.
Could you have your laptop? Because I feel like I asked you that one time. And you're like, I can, but I don't really want to.
I feel like it would be taking the piss a little bit. You know, like it would be the similar situation as like your manager giving you a bit of leniency, and then you bring in your PlayStation to work. You sat there.
That's true.
That's kind of how I see, because we don't need a laptop for my job or like a computer, so it would be the same as like bringing a games console to work and just sat there playing it.
Sure.
you know, you're kind of taking the Michael a little bit. So yeah, I decided just to do it all mobile, but it becomes a massive liability when you're playing bingos because everybody wants to do group content, and it's great. I would love to do group content all day long. Like, I'm so sick of solo content, but when I'm on my phone, I'm at work. Nobody can hear me because it's loud. You tried calling me before, like, you know how loud it is.
Yeah.
Nobody can hear what I'm saying. Like, I can't join a Discord call. I can't really join anything in game because if somebody calls me, like from across the room, or I need to go away and do something with the machine or work, that's it. I'm done. Like, you know, I have to log out. So if we're like halfway through a Zliana trip and I'm like, oh right, well, see you in about 20 minutes, and just log out, you'd be like, oh, cheers, dude, thanks. Just carry this on by myself. So that is like a big irritating part of that. But then when you get home, you don't want to play because you played all day at work.
Played all day. Yeah. There are certain days that I'm kind of, you know, not as busy at my job. Not, I work from home now.
Yeah.
And so there are definitely times that I can load up RuneLight and play. But then I get done at work, and it really is a struggle of like, man, I was able to play like 3 or 4 hours today. Do I want to be back on the computer? And those are the days that I generally just kind of either play on my iPad while we're watching TV, or I'll just skip it that day, because I'm like 3 or 4 hours is a long time, especially when I only work like an 8-hour shift.
Yeah.
You know? So I definitely get that. I don't know if you felt this way, but I kind of feel like, because my work desk is in here where I have my gaming PC. And so there are some times where I'm like, I just don't want to be in this room anymore because I was in here all day.
Yeah.
Luckily for you, your gaming PC is not at work. It's at home. But 12 hours, you just want to get home and go to bed sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I work nights as well, so I'd work like in the evening till the morning every night. But then I would have to stay up when I got home for like a further 5 hours. To like do the school run, you know, take my missus to work, and you know, if we needed any shopping, like it would be easier just while I've got the car, because we only had one car, for me to go and just get it before bed. But I was going to sleep at like 11 a.m. to 12 a.m., like 12 to like lunchtime, but then having to get up at 4 p.m. to go to work, and I did that for like 4 years nearly. But
damn, dude. That's like 4 hours of sleep every day.
Every day.
And then you're up like 20 hours.
Yeah, and then
That's
there was
so bad.
I never really got much of a lie-in at the weekends because I didn't see my family too much. You know, with having a little boy, the first thing I wanted to do is get up and play. You know?
Yeah.
I wanted to get up and like take him out, go do things as a family, because we didn't get that chance during the week. You know, there's no sitting on the sofa with your missus for a couple of hours watching, you know, Deadliest Catch or whatever. Using that as an example because that's what we did tonight.
Right.
Plus, it's where my name comes from in game.
I didn't know that. What?
Nobody asked me.
What is it in reference
to? It's
to?
such a random name. Like, people think it's like a random name generator that I used because it's like 2 words.
Sure.
So it's like ScapeCaution.
What's the name that you got it from?
Cape.
Is it like Crab Caution?
No.
ScapeCaution.
There's a boat. It's my favorite boat in Deadliest Catch. It's called the ScapeCaution. And I saw that and I was like, ScapeCaution. ScapeCaution. And it was like the perfect amount of letters.
That is amazing.
Yeah, so that's amazing. That's where it comes from. It's not just a random name.
And now, obviously, it's been shortened to Scape. So
yeah,
very rarely do people actually hear we call you ScapeCaution. In game, you see it ScapeCaution, but
it's too
whenever
many
you're
syllables
talked
to
about,
say.
it's ScapeCaution. Yeah,
yeah,
it's too much. It's funny because your nickname got a nickname. That's when you know you've made it. It's when you've like
even
the
my
evolution
nicknames
of a
have
name.
nicknames. Yeah,
yeah. Somebody like, you know, your name's Jeremy. Your name's not Jeremy, but like as an example, somebody's name is Jeremy, and then they fart one time, and now their nickname is Stinky. Well, over the years, instead of Stinky, people just call him Stink. And you're like, what happened? You know, the nickname got a nickname.
Don't even want to know the thought process that brought you towards that name.
I know. Dude, growing up, all I wanted was a nickname. I wanted one so bad. I never got one. My brother had one because he always wore this like necklace of some sort, and people just started calling him. They had it. I don't remember what it was, but they had a nickname related to his necklace, and I wanted a nickname so bad. I had a little spark plug necklace, and I started calling myself Sparky because of the spark plug, and it never stuck.
Oh,
Luckily,
dear. Thank God.
I was like 10 or 11, typical kid stuff. And I wanted one so bad. Now people call me Bloodhound, but it's not really I guess it's a nickname, but it's a nickname a persona you make for yourself. So before I was Bloodhound, I used my last name, which nobody should ever do that. It's kind of dumb. So when I got the Bloodhound pet, I was like, this is perfect. I'll rebrand myself. And I've been Bloodhound ever since. So that's so funny. I did not know. I feel like I did know, but I maybe have just like forgot that ScapeCaution was really Cape Caution.
Yeah.
And that it's from Deadliest Catch. You really like that show, don't you?
Oh, I love that show. It's great. Like, it's the first. I never watched series on TV. Like, I never got a chance to really watch TV.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the first series that me and my missus actually sat and watched together, and absolutely loved it. Like, when I was watching it, it was a case of like researching it after, thinking, oh, let's have a look when the next episode's coming out. Let's have a look like what ship's gone down this week, and it was just absolutely crazy. Like how much money they've all took home, like the drama on board. Like it was great. Like really, really, really enjoyed it. So yeah, that's probably why that hit home more than it normally would have. It was like the first series I ever got into.
That's cool. That's cool. So we were talking a couple days ago, and you definitely were expressing to me that you're quite burnt. And did you want to go into like maybe what your goals are?
Sure.
Did you want to play any other games?
Well,
are you just content being burnt?
Well, I've been dipping the toes in RS3 a little bit.
Yeah.
I played
now,
that.
XP Wasters, it's okay.
No hate.
No hate. We love RS3 around here.
I'm back. It's fine.
Listen, even if you weren't back, it'd be fine. I'll go into a little bit of a rant. People who play old school need to broaden their horizons and understand that RS3 is not the game that it used to be. I know a lot of us have a chip on our shoulder from like 2009 to 2012 when Jagex just didn't know what they were doing. But I think now the game is fine. Yeah, there's a lot of like microtransactions are a thing. A lot of people hate that. Double XP is a thing. Maybe people don't like that. But like the game has a lot of lore. There's a lot of cool skills. I would probably play it at some point. So
it's a different
game.
Get
off my soapbox now. Yeah.
You need to go into it with a fresh mindset, I think. Like start a fresh account. Yeah, exactly. Like Troll's right. The quests are absolutely insane in RS3. Like some of them, like I think there's one that's Violets Are Blue and Violets Are Blue 2. And they're troll quests, like Yeti quests actually. But they're such nice, pleasant quests. Like the animations are really good, the cutscenes are great, they're kind of funny, the mechanics are good, and they're just nice quests. And there's no boss in it really. It's a nice little series of quests. But doing those, you can just tell it's not old school. It's not the RuneScape we used to play. It's just a completely different game. And if you can get over that, because old school is all about maxing, really. Like the maxing. I mean, yeah, playing the game, doing PVM, but in RS3, a lot of people max and then play the game. Like that's really
so quick.
Yeah, it's a really popular thing to do. Like a maxscape's no great achievement in RS3, because it is a lot quicker. But
they literally give out free XP all the time.
Oh yeah, massively.
Like I have like 40. I'm like 40 archaeology, and I've never once trained the skill just because I put every single lamp from treasure keys in there. So
and archaeology is one of the slow skills, and I think that takes 100 hours or something like that to 99.
Are you kidding me? That's the slow skill?
Yeah, that's the slowest skill.
My goodness. I believe.
But like agility, you can do agility in Prif. Like Prif's amazing. But you can get like 90k XP AFK in 5 minutes every day or something silly like that, standing on crystals.
What?
Like just every day you just do that. You can wear Silver Hawk boots. Like everybody does this. They're buyable like fuel for the boots, Silverhawk feathers.
Mhm.
And every like minute and a half, boom, 1,000 XP in agility as you're walking around. You just have to have the boots equipped.
That's like 60k an hour just wearing
Just
boots.
wearing boots. Nobody.
Oh my gosh.
And double XP affects them as well.
Oh my gosh.
So the feathers are like 3k each. Like they go
Oh
up
my
in price a
gosh.
lot, but nobody like. There's no rooftop courses really, so
Mhm.
nobody trains agility. Like you just
As an actual skill.
Yeah, you just wear the boots. And
That's
the
amazing.
free on the Solomon store, whatever it is.
Wow.
So yeah,
So
it's
it's
a
little
complete,
things like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
like that's a nice thing that they put into the game because you're not focusing on skilling. You're focusing on questing, you're focusing on, learning the boss mechanics. The boss mechanics are insane. Like when I first learned Hellware, I was like so impressed with like all the switching you have to do and like the mechanics you have to learn. You have to learn about attack cycling and timing a lot more.
Mm.
So it's not just a case of like, because the tick system isn't really a thing. Like it's not.
Yeah.
There's no 3 tick, 4 tick. Like things just happen in real time and you have to react to it. Queen Black Dragon is like quite difficult, but there's like 4 phases to it to learn. It's not difficult, but it's good content,
Right. So it's definitely not something to be upset about, is what my sentiment is. Like
big run.
unless you actually play RuneScape 3 and then you give it a fair review, but to say that it's like, ooh, RuneScape 3 is a terrible game because you're viewing it from the lens of 2009 to 2012, it's not really fair. So
Old school isn't
all
even
that to
old school.
say, yeah, that could be an entire episode. I think we've talked about that at some point. It's
Yeah.
like, this isn't the game that they released in 2013. This
No.
is like RuneScape 3 Lite, I would say.
Yeah.
This is RuneScape. Well, I feel like old school may have been like, this game may be what RuneScape would have been if the community was more involved. If they didn't have, well, besides the graphics, you know what I mean? But like, if they didn't mess up with free trade, if they never added microtransactions, if they never messed up the wilderness, I feel like old school RuneScape is what we would have gotten over the years.
What's the bigger game,
But just
right?
with like what's the bigger game?
Like old school is the more old school is
More
the
popular?
most successful, and popular game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it probably would. Like the only differences is RS3, their mods don't poll anything. Like
Right.
they
just do it.
as they please, and you have to sit there. That's the big difference with old school because it's so community driven. We got exactly what we wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
maybe not. Like I think if they did that with the RuneScape we used to play, it would have turned into this perhaps. As long as everything was community driven, but it wasn't back then. Sorry, we're talking about burning out, aren't we? Still
We
not
are.
into that.
So you burned out on old school.
Yes. a little.
Maxing takes it out of you, but
yeah.
I feel like maxing takes it out of you and you burn out when you don't have goals in place.
That's
for
exactly
afterwards.
what it is. I would max again if I could. Like happily.
You like that grind?
Yeah, because it gave me such focus. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'd think, oh, I've got to go out in 20 minutes. Oh, that's 20 minutes of agility laps I can do. That's 20 minutes of this I can do just before we go out. There's things like that.
Yeah.
It was just kind of sad. Yeah, okay, don't get me wrong. Spending all your day like thinking about XP. But I enjoyed it and it was temporary. So,
Mm-hmm.
but now
Well, there's definitely
I
things
don't
you can
have it.
do.
Yeah, for sure. So, I transferred a lot of my money over to RS3.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that now.
Yeah.
Yep. And now they're in stuff that's augmented.
Yeah.
So
Like heavily expensive, very untradeable, and I don't really want to ruin it.
sure.
So I'm leaving things in there for now. And I'm basically rebuilding on old school. So I have a Bofa, I've got a crystal top and bottom, my trusty mutagen, and
Mm-hmm.
I've just managed to sell some gear and buy a lance.
Okay. So it
keeping
sounds
the
like you're doing
suffering.
raids.
Well, I want to do some Vorkath. I haven't done Vorkath in years. I did like 600 kills when DS2 came out.
Mm-hmm.
and then never really went back. So I fancy my luck. I'm gonna give it a go.
Yeah, it's a money dragon.
Yeah, exactly. I've just done so much Zulrah. I think I should try and do other content.
So what advice would you have for people who are experiencing burnout right now?
Take a break. Simple
Valid.
as take a break. I took a break and now I can play pretty relaxed, but I can play a couple hours a day if I want. I don't really even play that much sometimes.
Mhm.
But if I want to have like a 2-hour session, I can have it and be satisfied. So take a break, that's for sure. Try another game. Try RuneScape 3. Try Minecraft. I don't care. Just try something else.
Mhm.
And then if you feel that pull that you want to come back to the game, follow it. Do that. Have a goal. You know, try and find something to do. Like right now, I'm rebuilding. Like, I've always loved to rebuild. So like, I think I rebuild off a. I could rebuild off a blowpipe and be happy. Like it's just
Yeah,
just weird grinds.
it's fun.
I think I've rebuilt off a DHCB years ago. That was like my first rebuild.
And then you had a T-bow.
Yeah, I've done
Did a T-bow rebuild.
I've done 3 T-bow rebuilds.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, find something that you want. Like my grind for my mutagen was like a big goal for me, so I got that. So now I'm just trying to find my next goal, which is pet hunting.
Which it doesn't really make sense that you're at the Apatol agility because you already have the pet, but I think you're just here because it sounded easy to do while we're recording.
Yeah. Well, I've just got a notification saying I can transform my monkey backpack. 100
Ooh.
laps.
You just hit 100? I just hit 300.
Way, GZ.
Nice. Hey, thanks. So I think I have the 3rd backpack now. At 250, you get another one.
I have no idea what I have.
But you'd have to check you have to like grab your monkey, transform it, and then it pops up in your collection log. So I've got plans for after I max, which I'm hoping I can stick to. One of the main ones is to try and go for 200 mil cooking.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to do that like straight away. I think
No.
for me, the goal will get to 100 mil cooking and then take a break and jump. And then at that point, just skill hop.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, what they do is they put all their skills on a wheel and like a spin wheel. And what they'll do is just spin the wheel and whatever it lands on, that's what you train. So I think once they get 100 mil cooking, I'm going to put everything on a spinning wheel and then train it up to 15 million. Which I'm already there on some, so it'll be super easy if it lands on it. But like Slayer, that would actually suck because 2 million Slayer would take a long time.
It would, but you'd make some good money. I mean, there's an item called the Magic 8 Ball, I think, which you get from Django in Drano. And if you shake it, it tells you what boss to kill, like randomly.
Yep.
So,
I have seen that.
I've been doing that a little bit. That's been kind of
Oh,
fun.
nice.
So you find yourself
you go.
getting Venom Artist, and you're like, oh, that sounds like a free spin.
There you go.
Like, roll again. Kriara. Yeah, we'll go do some armor then.
There you go. So you guys have goals that you can get to. You know what I mean? Don't think that you have to play RuneScape. We talk about this all the time, and I feel like a broken record. But you don't have to play RuneScape all the time. You don't have to play old school all the time. There are fun games. One of the clanmates, good friend of the clan, Tyler T Pace. He's been playing Minecraft. Tyler, if you're out there, shout out. He's been playing Minecraft for like the last 3 or 4 months, and he's happy and content to do so. And I expect at some point he'll come back to playing RuneScape again. So it's just an example. Happens all the time, and we definitely encourage it here. You know, if you want your RuneScape fix, definitely keep listening. We'll have the RuneScape content for you every week. But
take a break too.
Yes, but take your breaks. Speaking of breaks, I think that's a good place to wrap this segment up. If you stick around after the break, we'll definitely have more content for you. But we will see you after this. Hi there. My name is Farmer Grycaller, and this here's a Tithe farm. Now, this here's not your general type of farming that you see around other folks doing. My plants are special. Why? Because they grow real fast. Now, if you're asking me, it is pretty simple. Plant, water, and pick. Now, this isn't all just for fun, no. I've got a little shop that my granddaughter helped me set up. Okay, well, I do gotta be honest with you. I don't take gold pieces. My shop only accepts points that get awarded by yours truly. You get points each time you bring in a harvest, so I'll be keeping track for you. Now, just to rattle off a couple things that might interest you, I've got an herb sack, a little box to put all your seeds and such, and one of the best outfits. I call it the farmer's outfit. Oh, and I have a service too where I can send folks out to take care of all your weeds. Woohoo! That one's my favorite. I sure do hate pulling weeds. It hurts my back. Come on down to the Tithe farm and give it a try, and I'm sure you'll have some fun. Hello and welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that commercial break because I know that I sure did. Usually it's time to shout out the patrons, but I did want to give a quick note. I'm recording this separately because Scape actually had to get going. He was running into a little bit of a time crunch. He's going to be here for the fun question. So after all of this, we'll just transition back to the fun question. But I told him I would do Patreon, community question, all that kind of stuff. So it's just going to be me for like the next 10, 15 minutes. And then we'll get back to content with Scape when we get to the fun question. So now it's time for our Patreon shoutouts. Starting with the Wise Old Man tier. I'm going to give a big shout out to ScapeCaution, Elagio, Bollimer, Basket, Benjamin R, Pork Cherry, Bloodman aka Young Kyle, Hadadbod, C Gladney, Morty, Creamed Ham, Drum TXT, Duke Bradley, D Falconer, Flying Cassiel, Forestry, Fortimus, Francine 1225, Impy Jones, Jack M, Jake W, Jerry, Jordy, Potato Pancake, Posh Padre, Magmorpheus, Mima 999999, Not a Hippo, Obsidian Paladin, Ice, Hualo, Russafiri, Salted Snake, Soggy Waffles, Shadow, Skalaxon, Skoldveg, Solaire OS, Sweet and Tangy, The Chungaroo, Troll, Tyler H, and Zach without a K. Thank you so much to everyone in the Wise Old Man tier. We appreciate you so very much. Next, we want to give a big shout out, a lovely shout out, and a hearty thank you to our KBD tier folks, starting with Oxie's dad, my dad, Scape's dad, all of our dad, GIM Stones, Kroll, the Lord Jake himself, our third favorite Patreon supporter, Ralph, Spartan Fire, and Toast No Toast. Again, thank you so much for all the support on Patreon. If you would like to join, you can head over to patreon.com/xpwaste. We have a little bit of a challenge going on right now. If we hit 150 total patrons, Oxie will be flying down to Texas. We are going to get matching, maybe not matching, but definitely Xpwaste themed tattoos. And while he's here, we'll do an episode together in person. So it'll be the first time we've ever recorded together in person, first time we'll ever meet. So it'll be a lot of fun. So we're over halfway there right now. So if you guys would like to join, any tier will do. We have a $1 tier. So if you've been thinking about supporting the show, now would be a great time to do so. If you want to subscribe at $5, well, $5 and up, you actually get an extra episode. So extra episode each month. It's great stuff. Very excited. So that's our Patreon. Next is the community question. Last week we asked you guys if you could play any type of Snowflake account, whether it's an Iron Man or not, what would you do? So we have Jacob M that says, I'd like to do a group or even solo wilderness only. I doubt it would have a long run, but it would be fun with all the chaos. Honestly, a group only wilderness account would be kind of fun. Now, if you want to make it interesting, essentially, if say you have like 3 people, you would find different regions that have a bank. And you're not only locked to the wilderness, but you're locked to one area of the wilderness. There probably should be places that all 3 of you can go, like if you want to train agility. But that being said, you have to be a certain agility level to get there. So, I don't know. It's an interesting concept. Matt says, I kind of already am. I'm on a main account, but I'm not using the Grand Exchange to buy upgrades. Some people call this Bronze Man. I started this after Leagues 2, and I didn't want to create a new Iron Man. That sounds like fun. And then lastly on Spotify, Mottcat says, Paladin. Defense and prayer have to be the highest skills. You can only use a mace or warhammer, and no face covering helms. No killing humans unless you're attacked first. No killing races you can speak to. and no thieving. That would be a lot of fun. I actually did find that in the plugin hub, they actually have a D&D type class. It's a plugin in RuneLite. You know how you can do like tileman mode where it basically like puts artificial restrictions on your account. Well, you can actually have different classes, and it will like activate certain restrictions on your account. So essentially, if you like a paladin, if you chose to do a paladin, I don't know if the plugin does this, but it may. Like it would essentially make it to where if you tried to equip anything but a mace or a warhammer, it wouldn't let you. So it'd be fun to get like a group Iron Man type group together, but more so centered around like D&D, and have like a D&D adventure in RuneScape. You know, the DM could be just a normal character, and then you have everybody else playing, and like you're doing the role play in the actual RuneScape world. But then I don't know how combat would work. Maybe combat wouldn't be so much. I'm getting off on a tangent. It would be fun. So moving over to our YouTube, we had a couple replies there. Zach N says, I barely want to play my iron. LMAO. Sure. I get that. So no snowflake for you. Jordy says, I struggled a lot with my iron, but I feel like having either a continent locked or like a grid locked, like framed, because it encourages me to finish part of the map before I reap the benefits of another. And with the continent locked, that's for the grid locked. And with the continent locked, I feel like I will get sick of it real quick, but I'll learn so much from it as a noob. Either or would increase my knowledge of the game over time, but it would open up new ways to play the game instead of going through the meta route or known routes, which sounds fun. Now that I'm writing this, I feel like I'm going to make one. Nice, Jordy. I think you should. Alex says, what's a snowflake account? Is this a new type of game mode where you get really easily offended by GE public chat and have the inability to cope with your emotions online? No. I probably should have explained it, but a snowflake account basically just means it's a unique account. It's a snowflake. The term snowflake should mean like unique, because each snowflake that falls is not like the others. So it's more unique in the sense that, you know, not everybody's continent locked. Not everybody's grid locked. So, you know, having those things, it's unique, and you put those restrictions on you. So that is it for the community question. So earlier we learned what Scape's name in RuneScape means. I want to know this week's community question. What does your username mean in RuneScape? If you have a backstory at all. If you don't, that's fine. But if you have a fun backstory, or you know if there's some hidden meaning, let us know. You can find that in the community question section on Spotify or the pinned comment on YouTube. Now, if you're listening to this like the second it comes out, usually these episodes get released on a schedule, and I'm generally asleep. So there's no way for me to pin a comment before it gets posted. So if you don't see it, and this goes for like future episodes, if you don't see the pinned comment right away, just check back a couple hours later, and I usually have posted it. So, and now it is time for the achievement of the week. I'm going to try and keep it simple this week and literally just go down the list how they were posted in Discord, and I have a couple on emails that I forgot to read last week. So, Oniology got their quest cape. Said big shout out to Jam Jars and Vire Lady for the Tob carry. Hell yeah. Looks like Francine 1225, huge shout out, finished Monkey Madness 1 on their group Iron Man account. Hell yeah. That's a fun one to get done. Great stats once you're done. And they also said base 50s on the group Iron Man. Not quite ready for the Dragon Scimitar at the time of posting, but I'm sure you'll get there soon. Next, we have Ambuda Plug with their first Zolwar kill, and they also completed Elite Void for the diary. Very nice. Now here's a fun one. So we don't usually shout out pets, but I think this is an achievement just purely based on the KC. HML1 got the Kraken pet at 10,157 KC. Finally got the pet. Looks like on the log, they have 21 Kraken tentacles, 8 tridents, 7 jars, and 1 pet. That is insane. Next up, we have MG, Party Pete tier in the Patreon, got their first OSRS 99 and their favorite cape. GZ for getting 99 HP untrimmed. That's exciting. Next up, we have Bar Down Frost with a first ever fire cape. 8 attempts, by the way, they said. We love first fire capes around here. Alrighty. Next up, we have OG Scuba with the music cape. I do like a good music cape. All right, here's a fun one. TMD actually got his first fire cape on his group Iron Man account. So he's definitely gotten fire capes before, but the first one on the group Iron Man, which is fun. Looks like me, Scape, and Mel are the ones that need to get it next, because now Oxie and TMD both have fire capes. This one came in today, actually. Mima with a cheeky 99 agility. The man literally has mining, rune crafting, and construction left, and he is maxed. Absolutely insane. Mima, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you probably will max before me. So congratulations, dude. 99 agility is huge. Next up, Synergy. Got 99 fishing and 99 smithing. Looks like there's 6 more days until they max. Insane. Next up, we have Toaster with their third 99, coming in with 99 HP. Very exciting. So we did get some achievements of the week via email that I forgot to read last week. So we've got Achievement of the Week. Yes, I know it's cliche, but first Zulrah Mage only 45 attempts on an Iron Man. Corey B, thank you so much for sending that in. Congratulations. I know it's a little late, but that is huge. Thank you so much. And I'm just now seeing that. I guess I missed it, but he sent in a fun question. So I will write this one down and we'll probably get to it in a couple weeks. So we did have a fun email sent in by Angus the Goose. If you give me just a minute of your time, I do want to read this out. It is quite funny. Hey guys, let me just say I love the podcast. I would consider myself one of the last noobs of Osrs. With a player base averaging the better part of a decade of experience, most OS players do not appreciate that there are indeed new players. I was both late to the party of OS and barely played back in the good old days. Not long after my RS adventure began in circa 2006, my dad bought a new WoW sub and I hopped on that hype train, leaving RuneScape in the dust. Some World of Warcraft friends played OSRS rather seriously when it came out, and after some convincing, I joined and I've casually played over the past 6 months, slowly progressing to the dreaded mid-game. I'd wanted to share with you my milestone achievement, attaining my first fire cape. Hell yeah. Something I attempted but never completed back in the day. 1 hour and 18 minutes. I know, I'm pretty much a speedrunner at this point. Well, after that initial high of completing the fight caves for the first time, I decided to relax whilst working from home and with some skilling, a bit of barb fishing. As a fire cape mesmerized my eyes and riding the endorphin high, I kept the cape in my bags while fishing. As any mobile fishers know, click to drop is very useful to help quickly clear your inventory. I dropped my fire cape and it despawned before I noticed. As you can imagine, most of my friends are flaming me to the extreme. I am the biggest noob on OSRS as they tell me. Now I must return to the fight caves, but I guess the silver lining is at least in that place my tears will evaporate before anyone knows I am crying. I hope this made you laugh. Sincerely, Angus the Goose. Angus the Goose, that is hilarious. Now, why you had the cape in your inventory and not on your back, that is confusing. But nonetheless, I wish you good luck on your next fire cape attempt if you haven't already done it. And if you have, please send us an update. I know this email got sent to us like a couple weeks ago, and I'm sorry I haven't read it. It's just kind of been busy with Oxie not being here and everything. But thank you so much for the email nonetheless. All right, guys, that is the last of all the emails. Thank you so much for bearing with me on that one. I thought it was too good not to read. I'm going to send us back over now, do a quick little fade transition, and we'll be back with me and Scape. And now it is time for the fun question. Okay, so we have 2 postcards. Amazing, by the way. I love getting postcards. We got one from Eyewitness. Thank you, Eyewitness. I haven't read your question yet, but we will read your postcard now, and then we're going to do your fun question whenever Oxie gets back, because our very own Oxie sent me a postcard from Berlin, and he put a fun question on here. So Scape and I talked about it, and we don't want to like make Oxie answer his own fun question. So we'll read the one from Eyewitness. It says, Michael and Oxie, listening to your podcast has reignited my love for old school RuneScape and comforted me on my drives to work. Thank you so much for starting Xpwaste and welcoming me into your community. You're welcome, and thank you. Thank you. And that was from Eyewitness. I haven't read the fun question. We'll read it next week. Here's the postcard from Oxie. He says, Germany, specifically Berlin, rules. Lots of history, both good and bad. What's left on the bad stuff is remorseful, respectful, and factual. Plus, the city is littered with memorials. I've never been to Berlin. I've actually never been out of the United States, so I would love to go. He says, I swear to God, there is no stop signs here. Also, German food, Fs. So, fun question. Are you ready, Scape? Are you ready?
Yeah,
He says, what Osrs food would you would taste the best IRL? And why is it tuna potatoes? So,
God.
what Osrs food would taste the best IRL, and why is it tuna potatoes? Do you have one in mind?
I'll tell you what,
I
it's
do
definitely
not.
not. It's definitely not an anglerfish. I'm telling you that straight.
I cannot imagine eating an anglerfish IRL. Have you seen what they look like?
They're like the slimy and like jelly.
Ugh.
There's like really thin skin. There's like no meat in between the bones.
Dude, they're like bottom feeders. That's why they have the little light. And I don't get why they heal the most in the game. One of the highest healing foods, because they're so nasty looking. Like the teeth. How do you eat around the teeth?
I mean, it's not even like it's the biggest fish. I mean, if you can eat a whole ass shark.
I know. You should get more from a shark.
Exactly.
Manta rays, I think, have the highest healing, but
anglers
are up there because anglers overheal you, which is insane.
Yes, they do. I think is it 20? It's 22, isn't it? At 99.
22. Mm-hmm,
It's the same as a manta, but yeah, they overheal.
So I'm looking at the cooking guide right now, just looking at everything you can cook, and the first thing that pops out to me is the Ugthanki kebab.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Camel
but specifically with the hot sauce.
Oh,
I'm a
yeah,
sucker for like real spicy food.
Oh yeah, that's my go-to.
Yeah, I did the feud quest recently on my group Iron Man, and you have to put the hot sauce in the camel food to make them, go to the restroom. And I was like, I wonder how hot this sauce actually is. Like, I wonder what it tastes like. It's probably just your standard hot sauce, like it's probably not anything crazy, but it definitely piqued my interest as far as food. I would be really interested to see what a karambwan tastes like. I know they're supposed to be close to like squid or octopus.
Yeah, I think they're supposed to be like little octopus, right?
But there's so many of them, like
Well,
you just millions of them.
I'm just looking at the cooking thing, and I'm seeing in the ruins of Cadmazol Castle.
Oh, Cosmodome.
Yeah, that place.
Yeah. The free-to-play area.
Yeah, you can catch catfish.
What?
Now, I don't know if you've had catfish, but catfish, pretty damn good.
Really?
Yeah, there's a shop near my house, or a store, if you'd prefer. Every time I say I'm going to the shop, people are like, "Oh, what's wrong with your car?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" Nothing.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So there's
a restaurant.
No, it was a store.
Oh, like a convenience store?
Yeah, but it was like a Caribbean food store, and the food in there was amazing. It's just stuff you could not get normally, like in the UK, and there were just freezers full of like snapper and just fish that I've never seen, like from supermarkets. And the very, very nice lady behind the desk told me that I needed to try catfish. So, like in a very, very, very kind way, she brought me some catfish and gave me the recipe on how to cook them too.
Nice.
Really, really good.
I'm not a huge fish person. I would love to try like authentic fish and chips.
Oh,
because I know it's like super, super deep fried and battered and stuff, but like raw fish or fish that's not fried, I don't really enjoy. But I know that people swear by catfish and like swear by salmon.
Yeah.
Those are your big ones here, at least.
Well, you can also get sushi within the game.
In RuneScape?
Yeah, eel sushi. It's,
no way.
Doggish can. Like the goblins.
Oh.
Yeah, sushi.
Is it called sushi?
Yeah, it's like eel sushi.
No way.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's quite a rare item actually.
That's cool.
Now,
that's cool.
Do beers count because they're under the cooking list, but it's not food?
Do beers count? I mean, yeah, but like, are we talking like you want to try a Wizard Mind Bomb IRL? Because I feel like there's a recipe out there for that. You could probably make it in real life.
Oh, there's cider on here too. I mean, cider's just apples.
Oh,
right?
under the
Pears.
brewing. Yeah.
Pies. Oh, pies is a good one. I know Oxie's been trying a lot of the good old UK cuisine, eating meat pies and stuff at the minute. So you can probably attest to how good the steak and Guinness pies are.
Speaking of pies, I'm very interested to see what some of these would taste like. Like a summer pie. I don't know the ingredients. It's got to be something pretty common. Like for instance, if you make a garden pie, that's literally a tomato, an onion, and a cabbage, and it's in a pie.
That's a boring pie.
I know, but it's the farming boost.
That's a pizza with a lid.
That's very true. It's very true. With cabbage though, that's where I'm like,
it's just weird.
Okay, cabbage. I would like to try a chompy. I feel like chicken and like poultry is actually pretty good, and I'd be really interested to see what like a chompy tasted like IRL.
I'm thinking turkey, maybe something along the lines of that.
You think so?
Well,
like
no,
a turkey and a chicken?
It's more of a red meat, actually, isn't it?
Is the meat red?
The chompy is, yeah. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's like a red meat.
It's actually yellow when it's raw, so I don't know. Roasted chompy turns yellow, and that may just be the skin. I've never seen what the inside of a chompy bird looks like, but yeah, the two big ones for me would be karambuan and whatever the first one I said, the kebab, because they don't really have kebabs here.
Really?
Kebab? Am I saying that right? Kebab?
Yeah, I guess so. We say kebab.
I think in America, a kebab is like where you have a bunch of stuff on a stick.
Yeah, I mean we have those too. But we'd probably just say skewers.
A skewer, okay.
But if you order a hanging kebab, like you from a restaurant, like there's like a hook, and then you get like a skewer with meat on it and vegetables and stuff. Like that would still be a kebab.
Nice.
But I'm guessing you're not going to be very keen on the monkey skins like joga bone sandwich that you have to make during during that jungle quest. What is it? Taibo one eye. I guess that one's not up there now. I don't think anybody wants to try that.
Francine in the recording booth chat says the chocolate bomb and the little green guy. The little green guy, by the way, is literally just vodka and lime. It's not good. I've made it. It's not good. So you can make it at home. Basket in the recording booth chat. Euro kebabs are more like pita burritos, to put them in American. Yeah. Okay. So I have had.
Oh.
I guess I have had those here then.
Well, it's like gyros, you know.
Oh, is that what?
Because
I've had a gyro.
If I'm pronouncing that
gyro.
Yeah. Shawarma.
Shawarma. Okay, so I've had a gyro. So I guess that is a kebab.
Yeah,
that's interesting. Like the naming convention on that.
Because if I ordered one here, I would expect like the meat, you know, like rotisserie, like lamb.
Like lamb.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Like
okay.
Shaved. So we call that doner meat. And then you usually get like grilled chicken in with it, and like you might get like a seek kebab, which is like a spicy sausage. And then you get like all your vegetables and a salad, and then chili sauce. I like to have with mine, and that would come like within a bread. So that would be a kebab. So yeah, it's pretty similar to a gyros.
Sounds yummy.
It is.
Well, now I'm hungry, and I'm gonna go eat some food.
That sounds great.
Scape, thank you so much for being on the show. Appreciate you each and every time you come back. And Xpwasters, we'll see Scape probably this time next year. So summer 2023.
We'll make it a thing. Yeah. Well,
be on the show again.
Thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, for sure. Did you have anything you want to plug?
Xpwaste podcast. Make sure you watch
it. Hell yeah. Plug the YouTube, basically.
Yeah. I know you're all listening to it now on podcast, but you need to go on YouTube and you need to see this face.
We've gone on record saying that the only reason we have a YouTube version of this podcast is because of this man right here.
That's exactly why.
We had 2 episodes and they were both non-video. Like we just did audio. And Scape's like, what the hell is this? What am I watching? Why can't I watch it? I'm like, Scape, it's a podcast. He's like, what's a podcast? It's like, I want to see your face while you're doing it. I'm like, I guess we can make a video version. And to this day, every week on YouTube.
That's it.
So plug the YouTube. YouTube.com with some weird link. Hey, while we're plugging stuff, we're at like 920, 930 subscribers on YouTube. Once we hit 1,000 subscribers, we can actually, like, a bunch of stuff gets unlocked for our account within YouTube. So, like, for real, if you haven't subscribed on YouTube and you've just been listening on audio, if you could do us a favor and head over to the YouTube. The link's in the description. And we'd like to get to 1,000 subscribers. No real like end date on that, but I think it would be a lot of fun. We might start streaming on that account, and we can open, it gives us like a custom link, so it could be youtube.com/xpwaste. So anyway, there's a lot of other stuff within the description. Check out our Patreon, patreon.com/xpwaste. We're doing a challenge right now. Talked about that a little bit earlier. Follow us on our socials. We have a link tree. I stream on Twitch. A lot of fun stuff. We have a merch shop, xpwaste.shop. It's new designs. I know I've been teasing them, talking about them the last couple weeks, but we still have to. I'm actually just waiting for Oxie to come back so that him and I can go over the designs. We can hire an artist and all that kind of stuff. So expect to see some new merch in the shop in August. You can follow Scape on Instagram. Search @ScapeCaution. And guys, thank you so much. We love each and every one of you. We will see you guys next Thursday. Bye.
Bye.